welcome to Capacity TV. We are at ITW in Washington, DC. Today I'm joined by Abilash Menon, CEO and co-founder of MaiaEdge. Thank you for joining us.
Of course, my pleasure.
We've been talking about AI for what feels like a decade now.
Yeah.
It's not quite been that long, but from your perspective, what's happening in the space?
Okay. So AI has two wings, training and inference. Till now, we've been talking about training, and people are still optimizing it, and they'll settle down on optical switching within the data center. That's where they're going. But inference is one thing people are just getting into. And that's the most important one because you can train all you want unless you get an output for your query, it's not useful at all. But inference right now is being built distributed. The problem is power and cooling.
Yeah.
You do not have access to these power and cooling centers. So wherever there is power, you go towards it and build an inference engine. Now, what happens now is you have all this distributed inference locations,
Yeah.
but how do you connect them? You need a network to connect them. And no one carrier can do it alone.
Yeah.
So you need a fabric which can connect all these data centers together or carriers together and connect the AI data center for inference towards the customer. Because AI doesn't care who owns the network.
Yeah.
It only cares, I want to go from A to Z and get the data. The second part is when in 2000s, when fiber got laid, there was web traffic, which was more like one way, you get something and you download. But now the data is becoming more symmetric because if you're streaming video, it may go through an AI inference and come back. That's what's coming.
Yeah.
So the bandwidth allocation is also changing. So you need more bandwidth and you need lower latency because you need the answers very quickly,
Yeah.
especially with AI agents showing up. With all that, there's a fundamental difference in how the networks have to be laid down. And no one is really looking at it from a microscopic level. So that is an opportunity for all the carriers.
And from your perspective, for carriers, what does this shift mean and what should they be thinking about?
So this is exactly the shift they have to be thinking about. That is, how can I federate? Because one carrier cannot reach every place. So there are other carriers out there, but now that's not easy to do because if you have two carriers, the way they do it is manual provisioning because networks always negotiate, they never coordinate. So you need a layer which coordinates. The hyperscalers have figured it out within their data
Yeah.
centers, but all the other ISPs, there are thousands of ISPs out there. How do they connect to form a fabric? Now, the first move advantage to get to this AI is very important because you start federating and building your fabric, the customer gets value and they will start using your network. So again, the AI doesn't care about whose network it is. It wants to go from A to Z. So when that happens, the federation layer is what will help the carriers to expand their reach. So how do you expand the reach is what the carriers should be thinking about. And when that happens, automatically the AI economy, which the network is going to be the nervous system. So the nervous system of the AI economy is a network. And if people think from that perspective, then they'll understand when you have this nervous system, you need the central brain, but you need it all connected. So that is what the shift is happening. And that's your monetization opportunity for the carriers.
And we talk a lot about monetizing in the AI era. How is MaiaEdge helping people do just that?
Great. So that's a great segue into that because now how do these carriers connect? Like I said, networks always negotiate, they do not coordinate. And MaiaEdge is the infrastructure which lets them form this coordination layer. Just place MaiaEdge as your POPs or your location, connect them over any transport, it doesn't matter. This way, you can give AI inference or even training to the large masses who do not have dedicated connectivity. Because the way it works right now, enterprises have dedicated connectivity to training centers and also to some inference centers. But that's going to change. You have a plethora of AI inference data centers showing up. When that shows up, how do you connect them? We give them the service fabric. We give them a programmable fabric and also visibility so that they understand where the bottlenecks are. They also can own their customer, the sovereignty. A lot of times, ISPs are worried, okay, if I kind of partner with you, you'll steal my customer away. But the way we have done it is that such that you still will keep the customer and you can still coordinate with the other ISPs. And that is a fundamental difference in the way we operate. We are not network as a service. We provide infrastructure so that you can build network as a service and coordinate across multiple carriers and data centers to form a service fabric and create the nervous system for the AI economy, which is really needed in this era of inference.
Abilash, thank you so much for sitting down with us. It's been really interesting to hear more about MaiaEdge.
Oh, thank you. Pleasure is mine.
And thank you for watching Capacity TV.